In this episode, we cross to Hiltzy at Defqon.1 Sydney. The Shaboogen Show is also going to crash IV nightclub down in Melbourne with our Melbourne rocker friends. And we've also got the hottest topic of them all, is Rockin dead? And there's a few other things in there as well. But first, we have two of your favourites coming through over the Skype. We'll start first with the man behind Hard Gen. Say hello to everybody, Dan, Hiltzy.
Hey guys, how y'all going?
And over there in Western Australia, Perth, we've got Brenton, aka Splinta, aka Big Lizard, aka that tall guy from Newcastle originally. Say hello to everybody.
What's going on, everyone out there in TV land?
TV land. That'll go well. We're going to open this episode up with a tune, a feature track actually. It's been composed by one of the people sitting there on the Skype at the moment. Brenton, you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, this is my remix of Rinski's Be Quiet. Rinski is a Western Australian hard trance producer, good friend of mine, and he got on the label Zone Traxx, and he asked me to do a remix for him. So I did.
Alright, cool. Here's the track, folks. Rinski, Be Quiet, the Splinta remix. That's out on Zone Traxx at the moment. Available for pre-sale only on Track It Down. That's the very first time I've heard of a track being available on pre-sale only. That must be something good for you, Brenton.
It is. I think.
You think?
Maybe they're just testing it to see how many people like it.
Alright. But hey, look, I heard it. I don't even listen to hard music anymore, and I enjoyed it. What about you, Dan? Would you rock to that?
Would I rock to that? Is that a real question? It is, and I mean, it's got Brenton all over that track, and I mean, it's one of those songs that I kind of sit there, listen to, and just say, I wish I heard that out, or I can't wait to play, so I can play that out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you played it at Defcon, didn't you, Brenton? When you played your set there?
Yeah.
How'd it go over?
It went on. It wasn't loud enough. It was not loud enough. But I did. I had to play that one. In front of my big ones with big kicks and real fast, techie
Yeah. Well, look, that was the main thing that I got out of it. I remember conversations from Brenton, conversations with Brenton even a long time ago, talking about his love of tech, and that's the sort of big thing that came across to me. It is a very techy tune, and I enjoy tunes like that. I enjoy rocking to that sort of stuff. It's very, very fun. There's a lot to it as well. So, you know, always very interesting.
A lot of shit going on.
A lot of shit going on, even. Right. Yeah, so that was our feature track. You'll probably see at the bottom of this video, at the very least in the comment section, we're going to have a link to the track down in there. The pre-sale. Get on there. Support our boy. Get in there, buy the tune. You know, support Australian music. Do all that sort of...
October 26th, get on it, people.
October 26th. Make Brenton some money. Alright, now, probably the part of this show that is, you know, we hope is going to be the most interesting, and, you know, it's arguably going to be the part that you guys out there get the most out of, is what we're going to call the hot topic. Now, it's essentially you know, something that's going on in the world of shuffling, if you want to put it that way. It's the worst word ever. But basically, it's something that's going on out there that is impacting us, and, you know, might impact you guys. In the future, this is going to be something that's going to be driven by you guys as well. So, our first hot topic is arguably the hottest topic of them all, is Rockin dead? Now, my viewpoint on this, I think Rockin is dead. I know that's going to come as a shock, given that we're starting a show largely about Rockin. And also that there are, you know, hundreds of Rockin videos that get put out there every day. But my viewpoint on this is that basically the people that sort of... I know there are a lot of folks out there that take it seriously and everything like that, but the level of people that are doing it out there today, and this isn't a slight on anybody watching this that, you know, might be the folks that I talk about, the level to which people are taking it today is probably not to the level of the folks in the past. And it's not really sort of a rose-coloured things were better previously, but more, you know, I think people are a little bit more slapdash with how they actually approach the dance now. And, you know, they're not really putting in sort of the time into the absolute basics, and they're, you know, kind of just taking their cues from people they probably shouldn't take their cues from. What do you guys think?
Not mentioning any names.
Not mentioning any names. Two people with afros out there. But, you know, Brenton, Hiltzy, what do you guys think? Am I right on this? Am I full of shit? It's been...
Next stage, Daniel.
Yeah, look, I mean, you're right to an extent. I mean, look, Rockin is dead to, you know, to the point that the scene is somewhat dead. I mean, let's look at Melbourne. We've recently lost 3D, which had completed, I think they just had their 10th birthday. I could be wrong. And it was their final birthday. They're finished. They're gone now. Alongside that, in the last few years, we've lost Infected's weekly, which was also a fortnightly event. We've lost PhD's weekly event, which, mind you, is starting back up their Sundays, which is a Sunday morning event with a lot of old school DJs, which, I mean, yes, I'm glad to see that come back, and I do enjoy going out, you know, in the morning after you've had a good sleep, you've got a lot of energy, and you have a really good rock. But, I mean, besides that, we've got Ace of Spades, we've got IV, and, you know, how long are they going to last? You know, who knows? You look back 2-3 years ago, and we had 6-7 clubs that we could, you know, just basically pick and choose of where to go, and each of those had, you know, the best of hard dance, best of hardstyle, reverse bass, everything, like, you know, whatever you wanted to listen to, you'd have your piece of it throughout that night. In terms of that, Rockin is dead. The night scene, Rockin is dead. But as you said, Shaboogen, you know, there's hundreds of videos being uploaded every day. I'm being sent videos myself every day to review, to like, to comment. People are asking me for my feedback, which is good. But unfortunately, if you look at all the people that have really stood out over the last few years, the people that really became idols to the younger generation of shufflers, it was people like us that were able to go out to these clubs every weekend and just dance with each other all night. I mean, people do get together and practice and put their headphones in, but you really don't get that rocking experience than if you're out at a club with some loud music with, you know, hundreds of other people that are also, you know, having a really good rock. And I mean, that's my viewpoint on it, at least.
Amen. I totally agree with everything you just said. There's like a big correlation between the scene and the dancing, I suppose. Like when we were going out to Impulse. Even Impulse wasn't the greatest event, it was still 10 hours of dancing all night. And every time we left that place, we left and we were like, oh, we are just that much better than what we were when we walked in. And just, ever since those places started going, I think the level of dance just dropped.
Well, yeah, I remember going out, just a long time now. And ended up running into sort of random dude in Sydney. And, you know, I'm a big guy, I'm a black guy, I stick out like a sore thumb practically everywhere. And, you know, some dude came up to me and he's like, oh, it's really good that you're out because we have no one to watch anymore. And I think that's, you know, you guys hit it on the head there. It's not to say that sort of the, you know, without the old guys, everything is dead and it's all over. But because there is no one sort of really taking the lead these days, or the folks that are taking the lead really... There's some like massive technical deficiencies in a lot of people that are really starting to go throughout what we've seen. Like the amount of videos I watch now that are offbeat, like I can't imagine that everybody forgot how to edit overnight. There's just you know, the idea that there are just a lot of people that just either don't dance on beat or don't care about it. And you know, if you look up dance in the dictionary, it's one of the things that they mention, it should be in big, bold, capital fucking letters, is rhythm. And if you don't...
It's the loudest part of the song.
Well, if you kind of miss that, you know, I wonder what part of the song you are listening to if you're not doing that. Or what part of the song you're dancing to if you're not hitting that. But yeah, that's my view on it. Now, that's not to say that it's dead and it's gone forever, because one of the things I will say sort of conversely to this viewpoint is that rocking is in more places than it ever has been. I mean, the places where we are... Yeah, well, the places where we are, I mean, you didn't really you can probably talk a little bit about Western Australia before we go into this point. I mean, what are things like there? I mean, I know that you guys have some really good rockers there. That guy, Sonny, I remember him being really good. There's a guy, Taylor, up there. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, there is really good rockers here.
Yeah.
The really good ones here are from like the vapor background that have been going to all the hard dance events. It's probably the same everywhere else. If you go to the normal clubbers club with the electro house and whatever, then you're going to see there is shufflers there. There's a lot of them, but they're not the ones that we're used to seeing.
Well, yeah,
end story.
Maybe that's another maybe sort of the question that I'm asking. I should say maybe we're not answering the question that I'm asking, because maybe rocking isn't dead. It's just, it's not really what we want to see. Like, I don't want to see people jumping around and doing backflips while they're rocking, because really it just doesn't fit. Like, it's, you know, I'm not going to dictate to you how you should dance, but you really shouldn't do that, and I'm going to tell you how you should dance. It's a very odd thing when you see someone kind of jumping around doing a spinning back kick or something, and you're like, what? Why? Like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, this has nothing to do with hard dance. You know, they're not singing about throwing kicks and jumping through forests and shit like that. This is just weird. I don't understand it. Maybe you know, you guys are cultural rocking phenomenons, folks. Maybe you two can explain it to me.
I'm not that backflips.
Can either of you do a backflip while you dance?
No.
No?
Don't even do the reverse running man, because I don't think that's normal. Men were not to run backwards. I don't know, dancing for me was always just looking at the DJ and smashing it. There was no fancy shit. It was just dancing to music, man. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't think that happens much anymore.
yeah, the idea of dancing to the music seems to have kind of been lost somewhere.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure people do it to get girls as well, which does not work.
It does not. Yes, it does not work.
It might look cool, but when they find out that you're sweaty and smell like crap.
Yeah, look, I mean, a lot of people, and I was reading a lot of our older videos the other night. I believe I was watching the HardGen one from Infected, the HardGen Infected showcase.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading some comments on there, and the video is largely about myself. We've got bits in there with Hodge and a lot of Oscar as well. And there are a lot there, comments like, I really, really like what Hodge is doing with his arms there. Oscar looks so tough when he's dancing. A lot of them said that I just look like I'm angry at the floor. But then there's a lot, I'm like, oh yeah, Hiltzy's smashing it, yeah, cool, that makes me feel good. And then there's a lot of people saying, whatever happened to, people dancing to express, not to impress. And that's the thing that a lot of people aren't understanding. Like, we used to dance a lot, and we made these videos and, done what we could, not to impress people, but, for one, we have quite a number of fans that we wanted to, just keep them up to date with what was happening within the Melbourne, Sydney, Australia dance scene. But not just that, that's how we would express ourselves with our dancing. A lot of people make videos and that's how they're expressing themselves, which, that's all good and dandy. But for us, we had clubs and, we were able to go out to these clubs. We were able to, dance, have a really good time and, just basically take it from there and, dance with friends. We were, having a good time with our family, with our friends. And, it does seem like, in terms with the question, is it dead? We can relate it a lot to that as well. A lot of people say, yeah, dancing is dead because everyone's just doing it to impress each other now. But in reality, everyone's just got a different way of expressing themselves with their videos or with their dancing within clubs. Or for girls.
Gosh. It's not like we took a video camera out every time we went dancing, though. There's like 1% probably about 1% of the time that we were dancing was actually caught on film. The rest were just actually having fun and dancing to music that we like.
I think the funniest thing as well.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing as well is that the 99% that wasn't captured on camera was probably the most awesome.
Yeah, no, as soon as you see Lang with his bloody camera coming up behind you, see that light come on, you just go, oh.
I don't know. When I die off camera, I kind of get a little hard. I'm like, yeah, do it.
I think another thing that we should really keep in mind is like, how long have we been dancing for? How long have you been dancing for now, Daniel? About 7 years?
Since I was 19, so I'm 24 now.
5, yeah?
5 years?
Yeah, about 5 years or so.
Yeah, that's like me, and Mark's probably about 30 or something like that. And all these kids now that dance, and they haven't been dancing that long, maximum 2 years. And I wasn't, at 2 years now, I wasn't anything special at all. So there could be a good future.
Yeah.
Now that there is so many people doing it, even if they are doing it, for the wrong reasons.
Eventually it'll end up somewhere. Well, look, that's...
Yeah, go for it, Mark.
Oh, well, isn't that half the reason this show is getting made?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, we get enough people following us here. Not only are all the viewers going to hear from us and hear from shufflers that they do know, but they're going to hear and discover dancers that they have not known before, that they have not seen, they have not met. We're going to discover videos of people that you can tell immediately that there's something new here. When you see someone dance, whether their style is different or not, and even though that is one of the hardest things to accomplish accomplish at the point that we are within this style. New dance moves, like there is a very limited supply of things that you can throw into it, hence why a lot of people are doing backflips and spinning ninja kicks and a lot of ridiculous things that, as you said, they don't really fit. But I have, kind of seen snippets of videos where someone's done something where I've just thought that could work, and I tell them, work on it, keep at it, keep doing it, and do it quick, because if you don't, I'll steal it and I'll call it mine.
But look, going on from that point though, I mean, I'm at this point when I watch videos, and I watch a lot of videos because my job's really, really boring. But I'm not even now looking for people to do anything new. I'm looking for people to do the old things, but do them really well. Like, I mean, look, the one thing that I got out of, you're going to see the footage from IV later in the show, but being down in Melbourne, and this is not sort of saying it because the dudes are actually on the Skype talking to me, it was really, really refreshing to just watch people who are awesome at dancing. I don't actually care whether you are essentially an exact copy of someone, although that's kind of horrible for another reason. But, if you're... I enjoy watching videos of dudes who are just tight. Like, dudes who are just really good. And women, dudettes, if you would. Sorry, I'm not trying to be sexist. But, yeah, just people...
It was really good in Melbourne to watch. Like, how good is Matt, really? How good is he? Well, we all steadily got worse, and he is still epic. As
I said, like, we get there, and Matt's just like, hey guys, hey Daniel, hey Brenton, hey, guess what? I'm still better than you. Hey, look, I'm wearing chef pants with a black t-shirt and a white hat, 3 items that I have never worn out. Plus, I'm wearing my shoes that I bought 3.5 years ago, which might...
Are brand new. They are brand new still.
And on top of that, once again, I am still just better than you.
Now I'm going to dance all night, non-stop, and we're going to dance once and sit down and have a beer. Instead of sit down and watch him go, how does he do that?
Yeah. But you know what? It's Len's fault. Len gives him the good parts of the songs. You'll see this. Trust me, you will see this. Word of advice, if I got that part, then I'd be as good as Matt as well.
In saying that, though, it was good to see old school Hiltzy back. I don't think I've seen Daniel dance that well in years.
Well, I don't. Well, let's say I didn't. Up to that point, I don't think I've seen Daniel dance in years.
Yeah, I don't.
But
I was so happy. I was so happy to see my idol back. Old school Hiltzy was my idol, and he was back in action and smashing it. It was good.
No, it was very cool to stand as in the promised land, I guess they call it. Even though
it was.
you're standing in Melbourne, the place where it started, and you watch awesome people dance. And to try and relate this back to the point, because we've gone a little bit off that, I guess with the demise of the scene, and, I'm going to say it, I know there are a lot of people out there who love new style. Sorry, you suck. I don't understand it. I can't dance to it. If I'm going to hack some gab or something like that, that's fine. But, rocking to new style is just nowhere near as fun. It's also far more difficult to rock at 160 BPM, especially when you're a fat bastard like me. But when just the demise of this scene has kind of meant that those sorts of times are fewer and further between. Like, at this point, I'm considering traveling to Melbourne for Future, simply because I know there'll be, well, A, there'll be a lot of my mates around, but B, even beyond that, there's just going to be more people to sort of have fun with dance-wise, as opposed to, everywhere else. And look, you guys out there can refute that. If you are still going out to scenes that are still awesome, hell, I want to hear about it, if only so I can go there too. My favorite time in dancing really was when I went to Infected and I saw 20 or 30 people on a dance floor at once, all being awesome. And look, a lot of them dance like Melbourne folk do, with the, the reverse running man, not reverse Running Man, because no one does that unless you're Grant. But the reverse shuffling and, you know, all that sort of stuff that comes along with being the Melbourne rocker. There were a lot of people dancing like that, but there were lots of them, and they were all sick, and they were all on beat, and it was great. So yeah, all those folks out there who have this super firm belief that you must have a unique style over being able to just dance, like, no. Just learn to dance first. Learn to be on beat. Learn to do all the correct things correctly. And then go do something else. And we'll have a lot to say on that point in the future as well.
Amen.
Amen, yes, definitely.
But look, it is a controversial topic. Because there are a lot of people that still feel very strongly about rocking. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so many videos that get uploaded. And look, one of the themes that we're going to make really clear about this show is that it might just be sort of three arseholes talking, but at the end of it, this is something that's going to be for you, the rocking community. So a little bit later on, we're going to cover that. We do want to hear from you on this issue and on sort of every other one that's kind of getting to you. And, you know, we're going to have three people sort of talk things out, stuff like that. But yeah, that's our hot topic. Now, one of the things we've been able to accomplish while shooting the Shaboogen Show is we've invented a time machine.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we're gonna send it back 3 weeks ago.
So I'm gonna throw it over to Hiltzy of the past, right, to come in straight from Defcon and give us some footage.
Hello everybody, this is Hiltzy from We Dance Hard. Today we're at Defcon. It's a beautiful day as per usual. Right now we're at Orange Stage with Brenton, or as some people may know him, DJ Splinta. This is his first big set and we're very proud to have him on here, especially being a part of We Dance Hard. He's playing a versus set with Dexy and they're doing very well so far. It's Defcon, we love it. Today especially we need to see Phil York, Josh Lang versus Nomad, Headhunters. It's going to be great.
You have now entered the Splinter Zone.
So we're still at Defcon obviously, and it's a really good day. Now we're going to go catch up with Brenton or DJ Splinta, and we'll see how we go today. Come. Hello, Sir Splinta. Hey, baby.
How you going?
Good, man. How you going?
Going good now.
Yeah?
Good now.
How was your set today?
I know, how was it?
Oh, mate, it was amazing.
It was amazing. It was good fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, what can we expect from you in the future? Lots of production, lots of music?
Production only, really.
24.
That is my main focus right now,
Yeah.
production.
You still studying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and tell everyone what you're studying.
Music production.
There you go. And what are you doing in your spare time?
Producing.
There you go. Alright guys, well that's it from Brenton. Now we've got lots to come from this fella. He's still a brand new guy, but I mean this guy got compliments today from Josh Lang. That's huge. That's fucking
What a
huge.
Defcon! What a Defcon, you tell him. What a Defcon, we're gonna rock out with our what?
Cock out.
With our cock out! Rock out with your cock out!
He trusts giraffes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes!
yes. Oh,
I
yes.
have thrush! I have thrush with giraffes!
Alright guys, this is Hiltzy at Defcon. We'll see you soon.
Splinter Zone. Splinter Zone. Stone. Speakers blown. You have now entered the Splinter Zone.
Alright everybody, once again another fabulous year of Defcon. Unfortunately the people who can't make it here this year, there was a lot of people, but yeah, you missed out once again. Look, we spent most of our day at Orange Stage, hard trance, it's what we love. But yeah, like as you can see, the day's over. So this is probably the most depressing time of my life until next year, when we will be right here once again. So thank you everyone for coming and hope you enjoy. Back to you, Shaboogen.
Thanks very much, past Hiltzy. This is future Mark reporting in current time. Try and work that one out. So that was obviously some footage of Defcon. I didn't go to Defcon because I have taste, but other people did. Two of which are sitting on this Skype at the moment. Now, what do you guys think? Did you have fun?
Do you really want to know?
Sure.
It was good. I love Defcon. I had a great time there. I have a great time there every year. This year, for me, personally, it was more so about being there with, you know, a lot of my really close friends that, you know, I had a wonderful time with, and I always have a wonderful time with. The only thing that I was disappointed with was the placement of the stages. I mean, I love hardstyle, I love trance, I love gong, I love all of it. You know, obviously I can't dance to all of it. I wouldn't really waste too much of my knee cartilage on anything that is faster than 155 and goes gong, gong, gong. But, yeah, look, I mean, they had 3 hardstyle stages right next to each other. Once again, yes, I love hardstyle, and it was easy to go from main stage to blue, like over to black, and even, you know, have a bit of a gap. But, you know, unfortunately, years before, you know, they had what I call a perfect placement of stages. You know, people that are quite fond on hardstyle and, you know, not quite fond on hard trance and hard dance, love this year more than any of the previous years because of where those stages were. But yeah, as I was saying, in my personal opinion, this year, where Orange Stage was, it was a little bit quiet, and it kind of was in a secluded corner right at the back, in basically a dirt mound. And yes, my brand new DVS shoes got extremely dirty, which I was definitely not happy about. And it was uneven ground. It was a little bit difficult to have a bit of a rock, so that would have obviously affected me as well. But yeah, look, once again, it was great music, and we did move around a lot. We did listen to a lot of music. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, if I could have changed anything to make it as good as the first 3 years for myself, I would have basically just put the Purple Stage back where they were.
All right. So now we've got sort of the fortunate nature of being able to talk to somebody that played at Defcon as part of the team in Brenton. So I guess firstly on your set, I mean, you've talked already about the fact it was a little bit quiet, but what do you think? What was your feeling on the vibe there? Did you enjoy it firstly?
Yeah, it was fun. I was nervous as shit beforehand. I had butterflies and everything, but that was probably the biggest gig I've played so far. But it was good fun. Once I got up there, it was like wow. It was good.
No, that's good.
Actually, I don't come into anyone's set except for Josh Lang and Phil York. The rest of the time I was just running around catching up with everyone. That was probably the best part of the day.
And you played on Orange Stage as well, Brenton, which is a bit of an achievement for your first time out. Usually you got to do the run of the purple stage and work your way through. You debuted on the real stage, so ha to all those who played on purple. But no, I'm just kidding. Not really. But was it did you sort of feel the magnitude of it? Like, did it mean something to? I know it's a stupid question, but
I know it was still. I played really early. It wasn't like there was thousands of people there. It was still. I know, it was just like any other gig, really. I was just having fun playing my music to people and watching everyone love it. All right.
And what about as a punter? Like, do you now, having played there, do you have a different opinion on the event as someone as a DJ versus just someone who goes?
No.
No.
I'm not really a huge hardstyle fan. Like, I don't go absolutely ballistic over there. I lose my shit every time I hear hardstyle. So, Defcon being a hardstyle festival isn't the greatest place to be. It's just good because you get to catch up with people you haven't seen in ages. It's like our Christmas and birthday almost. Man. Yeah.
Now, although it might not sound as if we've given the glowing an amazing glowing review to Defcon, be aware that I'm an electro fan, so I really don't listen to hard anything anymore. So that's my opinion on the event, sort of coloured there. And obviously you've got two folks there who, either play or listen to hard trance more than anything else. So we're not really the audience that Defcon is made for. That being...
It doesn't matter how much bad stuff we say, we will go every single day. I'll go there every time they put one on. I'll go there because it's good fun. That doesn't matter what the music's like. The vibe is great.
It's the vibe. It's Marbo. Yeah. So, look. Obviously, if you're watching this and you're in Australia, you already know where to get Defcon tickets. But I'm going to say it anyway. We're gonna have all the sort of links to Q-Dance Australia and everything down in the comment section, or maybe in the bottom of the screen here. I don't know what Lens Technology is like. You'd think I should. The show has my name on it. But yeah, we're gonna have all the links to all that sort of stuff, and get out there. If you're into that sort of music, if you love to the rave scene and everything like that, get out there and support it. Me, no. But, other folks do. And, it's great to see anybody go out to anything. We are going to do something now that's a little bit more my scene. And we're going to do a featured track. This is I don't know, I guess you could call it a house track. It's got sort of, fingers in a lot of different genres there. But this is a track by an Australian kid. He's 16, he's from Brisbane. He's a kid by the name of Touché, and this is Baguette. Baguette by Touché. Now, as I said, that kid's 16. I know sort of, there's obviously been a lot of talk about Madian, who's 17, from France. And that Touché track has a pretty similar sort of vibe there in terms of that heavy French influence. But, man, that's that track is insane. I'm a really huge fan of that. What do you two think, fellas?
I'm impressed, man. It's glitchy and awesome, man. For a 16-year-old kid. Yeah. Imagine what he's going to be like in a couple of years. He's had a few more years.
There you go. Get him into the hard trance. You've got a bit of competition there, Brenton.
But if I kill him...
What about you, Dan?
Look, I mean, that track is magnificent. Like, I mean, it's funky, it's disco, it's dance, it's, you know, it's something that I personally, if I was here in the club, you know, I'm not going to go, I mean, obviously this show is more or less about shuffling, but I'm not going to go and have a rock to it, but I'm going to just bounce to it. I'm going to do a little bit of a gabba, some sort of stupid dance that I make up, even the Hiltzy, but yeah, do the Hiltzy to it, that'll work. But like, yeah, it's a dance that you hear, a song that you hear, and you can't help but smile and want to have a little bit of a boogie to, basically.
Yeah.
I dance to it.
I would and have danced to it. I love that song a lot. Now, fortunately for everybody, that song is free. It's doing the rounds at the moment on the Triple J Unearthed website. It's also up on a SoundCloud. So we will have a link to the SoundCloud below in the comments. There's also, he's got an EP that goes along with that. I think it's 4 tracks. It's out there. You know, this show really has had an Australian theme as far as the music's concerned. Obviously, Brenton is a mate of ours, so we obviously want to see him get supported as well. But, you know, anybody out there in the EDM scene who is making it out there from Australia, we obviously love, and we've got a lot of time for you. So yeah, get out there, you know, give them the support. Hopefully these guys get out there and play near you somewhere and go see them there as well. Now, I know that Hiltzy did mention Do the Hiltzy to that song. I think we actually have footage of the Hiltzy in our next video. This is footage from IV, which is a club night run in Melbourne. We all went down there for a project we will talk about in the next video. I mean, in the next episode. But while we were down there, we did also just go out and we had a ball at this club. And this is some of the dancing. You're going to see us in there. You're also going to see a couple of old faces as well, which is always a pleasure. So this is footage from IV in Melbourne. It's Ultraviolence. It's Take Over, isn't it?
Yeah, take over. I did a remix as well, but mine wasn't good enough to make the video.
I hope there's some way to put that in the final. That would be fucking awesome.
No. My remix is so freaking awesome, man. That's his new style now with his that's it. And just punch your windshield sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Rock out again.
So that was footage from IV. That's held at the Martini Lounge. It's about a 2-minute cab ride out from the Melbourne CBD, and that is on Saturday nights. Firstly, let's get the obvious out of the way. How fucking good is it to go out in Melbourne when you actually can? Well, let's talk to the non-Melbourne folk first. So, Brenton, coming from Perth, what was your take on being out there?
The weather is always shit.
That is true. That point there's a point, obviously it's not on video. Before everybody got there, we were standing on this corner, and it was the coldest fucking night. It was so stupid.
Every time I get to Melbourne, I walk around and I'm cold and I'm just crying, going, I hate this place so much. Why do I even come here? And then you go into the clubs and you're like, oh, that's right. It's been awesome here. Great music, great dancers everywhere.
Yes, legitimate hard trance. It was sick. Now, we obviously got to talk a little bit about the song that's in that video that we use. So, that is it's an Ultraviolence tune called Take Over, and that is a DJ M remix. Now, DJ M, for those who don't know, is Melbourne native, very popular down there, and that tune is sick. Now, that tune is out on a label somewhere. You think Ultraviolence Recordings. There you go. And that is out on Track It Down. Again, look for the link to that below in the comments section. But yes, dancing. We got to see all our favourites out in one spot, except Len, because he was behind the camera and never wants to get in front of it. So we started out with Tiff. It's good to see her dance, like, just all the time.
Yeah, it's just always a pleasure to watch.
Yeah. We could say more on that, but I don't really think we have to. You guys have all seen Tiff dance before. Tiff's great. She has been great. She always will be great. Fun to talk to as well. Who was after that? Hodge, I think. Hodge is very early on in the video as well. And again, just one of these styles to watch that is it's understated, it's very simple, but he's just good at what he does, very smooth. Doesn't
fun, man. Loves it.
Loves it.
He's always just having fun. He's
yeah.
so cute.
For those who didn't hear that, Brenton said he was cute. It's weird, but hey, Brenton's weird. But yeah, Hodge, obviously, always great. I think then, what was it, Hiltzy that came after that? I can't remember the order of the video now, but you do get to see Hiltzy dance quite a bit in there, and you get some of the standard Hiltz cam following behind Hiltzy's head, which is always fun. But yeah, obviously Hiltzy, I'm not sure you can talk about yourself dancing, or maybe you can. What do you think of your dancing, Hiltzy?
Yeah, look, I obviously had a bit of a break in between. Had a lot of studying and stuff to do. So, coming back, I wasn't as fit as I used to be. Couldn't dance as long as I used to be. The problem was you'd start dancing and, you don't want to start dancing at the part of the song that's just like, yes, this is awesome. You want to start having a slow rock before, build up to it, and then just release into it. And, in between, since I've started working, I have gotten my fitness level up a little bit. Not as much as it needs to be, but it's helped my dancing along a bit. And, seeing this video and, me being in the state of mind that I am now, I want to get back to it. I will be attending IV and dancing once again, as much as possible, getting as much footage as possible once again, just so I can, get my dance back up to where I want it to be, which it's not quite there. But yeah, hopefully able to improve and, kind of show some of the new guys, how it's done again.
Now, obviously, me and Brenton can talk a little bit more. It's no secret I am a fan. I always think it's great fun to watch Hiltzy dance. He does all the little things well. He's always very good with the beat. He's got really good spins. The body position, it always looks pretty right. And yeah, I can't really sort of speak highly enough. He doesn't do anything that's crazy. There's no flying kicks or anything like that. But yet. You never know. We could invalidate everything that we've been talking about. And Hiltzy could kick out a DJ one day. You never know. But Brenton, he's your idol, the original, as it were.
I think I've already said enough about him. It was good to see old school Hiltzy back.
Yes.
Old school. Literally my idol.
Now, a guy that arguably might not get talked about enough in this whole rocking thing is Oscar, who is one of my favourite dancers. And even though he's sort of bulked up a bit from going to the gym and all that sort of stuff, isn't he still insane?
Man, don't get me started. Oscar doesn't even know, but my dancing and, any fans that I have that, anyone who is idolizing me, you can thank Oscar for that. He taught me how to dance. He got me into the dance. We did learn together. We were both obviously terrible at the same time and both progressively got better, when we went out and practiced. But nevertheless, he started dancing before me. He taught me little bits that I needed to be taught at the start. I got to the point that I am now because of him. And along the road, he was the one who pushed me. I needed to keep up with Oscar. I wanted to be as good as Oscar. And it was a really good push because he was so good. And so I can actually say, I do have my idols. Pay and Matt were, big idols of mine. But the biggest person that I idolized and looked up to throughout my entire journey was Oscar. And that'll be the first time he's ever heard that.
Oh, there you go. Hopefully he's watching.
I hope not.
If not, wow, you suck. But it's, to me, his style, it's quite classic. Well, it's Melbourne rocker sort of classic in terms of just it's really sort of just simple beat oriented stuff. There's lots of Running Man, but it's all quite cool as it happens as well. He's got dynamite spins. I think he's one of the tightest rockers that there has been, possibly ever. I'm a huge fan of Oscar, and he probably knows that.
You cannot not watch him.
Yeah.
Every time he's done things, he just goes stare with your mouth open.
Now, all of that being said, you can't talk about Melbourne and rockers without mentioning that arrogant son of a bitch, Matt. Dear God, that prick's good. Fucking hell, it doesn't make any sense. He's just ridiculous. Right. I know
Ridiculous how he's still so good. It doesn't make any sense at all. I think he's going to get better as he gets older, as an old man. Just be shuffling or something, I don't know.
Well, it was funny.
Defying the law.
It was funny. I was talking to him throughout the night, and he's like, "This is the first time I've danced this year." And I was like, "What the hell? Really? It doesn't make any sense. It's so insane." Look, I know Matt is one of your idols. You said as much, Hiltzy. I mean, you're probably well positioned to sort of talk about the techniques of it. Techniques? Maybe that's not a word. The technical elements of it. Talk us through him.
Matt.
Full stop.
Full stop. early days, maybe the third or fourth infected ever. And, Pei was there, and I was like, holy crap, it's Pei. I've seen his videos. I've never met him before. I would introduce myself to him one day. And King bluntly said, yes, Pei's there, but Matt's there as well. And I didn't know. I'm like, who's Matt? I had not heard of him, had not have seen him before. Song come on, he casually placed his jacket on the floor in the corner, started bouncing up and down, and just smashed it. And I was starstruck. I could not believe it. It was from that moment onwards that it was just like, that is a person that, I will be definitely idolizing for the remainder of my dance life. From that moment onwards, I wanted to be better than Matt. I wanted to be as good as Matt. I wanted to get as close as possible to, the skill level that Matt was at, because, just seeing the enjoyment he was getting from dancing, but not only just the enjoyment, but from how bloody good he was, which, mind you, I found out later because he had this ridiculous diet that doesn't involve McDonald's like I tend to eat every day. Hence his energy. But, it's a person that you want to be around. It's a person that you want to dance with. And not only that, he's so good, but he would still just praise you and tell you how much better you've gotten. And, if you asked him a question on anything, he would ask you how to improve. He also got me to wear his shoes once, so he could see what it was like seeing his shoes being danced in, which was fun. It was at that point that I realised that I had reached close enough to Matt's level that, I could be on the same...
But you could literally wear his shoes.
In terms of I could talk to him about what was happening and about dancing, and, we could kind of share interests and share moves, and we could, have an equal rock together, which was great. And, all that done was made me idolise him more and love Matt for who he is even more.
Yeah. I would love to have a club night like IV in my backyard. It plays some of the most fun tunes.
Man, the first set we walked in there was awesome. I can't believe this is what Melbourne's like from start to finish. Just awesome music all the time.
That's true.
It is so rare. It is so rare everywhere else.
I don't think they played a bad tune for the amount of time I was there, and we were there the whole night.
Yeah.
So yeah, get out there, support your scene, Melbourne. Get out there, support that tune. We love Mike here at We Dance Hard. He's been a friend to We Dance Hard for a very long time, and he's personal friends of, those two guys down there. And also, I've met him a few times. Very personable guy. So, get out there, support Mike, support IV, support everyone, support us, do stuff, etc. We're gonna have Hiltzy and Brenton sign off, I think. And we're going to get to Shaboogen Watch's videos coming up next. So, thanks a lot for doing it, guys. I know it bothered you on a Saturday.
I was naked when you rang me.
I was naked after you rang me.
Awkward. Our viewers needed to know.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. Yeah, it's awkward.
But yeah, look, thanks a lot, guys. This is going to be a regular occurrence. We always do love talking to these folks, and they got a lot to say, and will continue to have a lot to say in the future. So thanks very much, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, and I can't wait to film the second, third, fourth episode. Can't wait to keep seeing it. It's something that's going to help the dance scene and rocking in general, and yeah, it's going to kind of keep everyone in touch, and it's going to do good things for everyone. It's definitely going to make my nipples quite erect.
Awesome. That's a good note to leave.
See you later.
Thanks a lot. We know that you guys want to hear from guys like Brenton, from guys like Hiltzy, from guys like Matt, from guys like Mickey. Yes, we talked to him as well. The Mickey Nader will be a part of the show at some point. But at the end of the day, the most important part in this process is you. Without you as the rocking community, there's no point to this show. At the end of the day, we need to hear from you. This is your call to action. You've got to get in contact with us, and you've got to tell us what you want to hear. You've got to tell us what you want to talk about so that we can get out there and generate the kind of content that you want. Now, we are on Twitter. It's at Shaboogen Show. Not at the Shaboogen Show, because it wouldn't fit on Twitter, but at Shaboogen Show. Get on there, follow us, send us some tweets, you know, have a little bit of fun with it. You know, we're going to get involved in that as well. We're going to, you know, chat back, get some chatter going on the Twitter. But, you know, get in there, let us know what it is you want to know. The We Dance Hard fan page on Facebook has been around for a long time, will continue to be around, and that's where we're going to be. Get on there, talk to us, give us some feedback on the show, give us some feedback on the hot topic. If you guys thought we were on the money, we want to know. If you guys thought we're full of shit, we want to know that too. And email, theshaboogenshow@wedancehard.com. Email us. I've got it tethered to my phone, so bother me at any point if you really want to. Please don't. But if you want to get in there and you want to email us about, look, this is what I want to see. Here's a mad video that I want you to watch. Give me some tips. You know, whatever it is you want to do, let us know about it, and we'll get involved. Again, your call to action. Make this show what you want to see. On the next episode, we have the first look at the We Dance Hard music movie. Yeah, that's right. Not a dance video, not anything like that. A music movie. We've been doing a lot of stuff recently, and you know, we want you guys to see it. And we've got our first look coming up. We're also going to debut what I want to be a really important part of what this show is going to be about. It's called Project Style. And it's going to be about giving you the tools that you need to create your own style. So making you better at all the sorts of things that you do now. That's been our show. Thanks again, and keep dancing. Hey guys, I think it's time that I watch some videos. Why would you dance to a song you can't keep up with? Like, that's a really big no-no. And secondly, why would you dance to a song this bad? This song's fucking awful. Alright, what's next? We've got... Apart from the horrible effects, I actually really like this video. Except for that. Why did you do that? You were going so well until you, like, hopped around like a weird person. Alright, what are we looking at here? Does anyone not dance to new style? Like, I'd like to see if that happens. What's this? Like, are you throwing cards? Like, I'm not understanding this arm movement. Your spin is really, really good. It'd help more if it had anything to do with your dancing whatsoever. Now, rocking to Noisecontrollers. That's awesome. Look, not a rocking video, but I love watching people hack, and this dude's good. That guy's boss. ROBBO HAKKEN, 5 stars. Oh, reverse running man, please don't. Like, you're not Grant, and even he shouldn't do it sometimes. This video is too uninteresting to continue. The video is just shit boring, hey?